Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 GMC Sierra 2500 HD and its 7-speaker Bose audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, controls, inputs, speaker locations, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you're tired of hearing these same songs week in, week out, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. There you can hear real songs requested by other members and help support the channel. So if you're interested, check the link in the description. We actually recorded a members-only sound test on the 1500 Sierra Bose system, which should be pretty darn similar. Before we get started, hop out and take a look at it. Like I said, we had the 1500 a few weeks ago, and now this Duramax 6.6 liter 2500 HD. This thing's actually really fun to drive around. Feel like an absolute king on the road, and with 910 pound-feet of torque, you practically are. Not too much this truck can't do. It tows great. It's actually not too bad to drive around either. So if you do want to see more on the Sierra 2500, check the links in the description. We are going to run an abbreviated highway fuel economy test on it. We'll have a DM test drive as well. And we always do this test with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. Still don't have the upgraded screen that's coming later on in 2022 for some of the higher-end Sierra models, but this one still does work really well. Even though it's not beautiful, it's very functional, and I appreciate that. Here's the media screen. Let's go up to sound, very easy to get to. Got your standard bass, mid-range, and treble, and then down here, front, rear, left, right, fader, and valence. Let's go through the EQ. See how responsive the screen is? Even though it's not the prettiest, it's got kind of a matte finish. It's very, very quick. Everything loads very snappy and fast, and I'd rather have that than something big and beautiful. For audio inputs, actually audio controls first here in the Sierra, got a nice volume knob here, easy to reach. Does feel a little cheap, but it's got good clicks to it. You also have volume on the rear right side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you can use these physical controls here. You can scroll through your folders with this rotary knob. You can use the touch screen if you're on the media screen. We go right, go back there. Quick side note, I will point out that these GM models do have a really good way of navigating your USB drives. If you're someone who likes to have a lot of high quality music saved on a USB device, you can go through all your folders right here. I could go to different folders and albums and everything. I'm pretty darn sure I can do that while driving too, which is very important to me. You also have track selection on the left rear of the steering wheel. For audio inputs in the Sierra 2500, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB-A, and USB-C data inputs. You have a 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, wireless and wired Apple CarPlay support, and Android Auto. And you have some streaming services as well, such as Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Spotify, and I bet you can get some others as well. What does that mean you're missing? Not really anything. I mean, yeah, there's no disc player, but at the end of the day, that's not a huge deal. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 7-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got 1, 2, 3. Actually, no. There's no center in here. Just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then center subwoofer, making 7 down there. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demos. We'll start off with Android Auto. Because there are multiple data inputs, I can actually have my USB running and Apple CarPlay or Android Auto at the same time. There you see. Android Auto coming up very nice. Got your Google Maps there. You can interface with that stuff. And then you have YouTube Music. Bring that up. No items right now because not connected to any sort of data source, but that's where it would be. Whoops. And then you can go home. You got your app screen there. And there's settings. Alright, how about Apple CarPlay? There we go, Apple CarPlay coming up, taking up the whole screen, looking nice. Here's your Google Maps. Pan around very easily. There's settings screen right there. Apps, home screen, Let's take a look at Apple Music right there. All works very nicely. All right, let's get this stuff put away and get out on the road. Unsurprisingly, this Bose 7-speaker system sounds very similar to the Bose 7-speaker system in the 1500 Sierra that we just tested recently, and it's surprisingly good. It's very crisp, very tight, nothing's coming through. There's the highs aren't too harsh, the lows aren't too blown out, and the mid-ranges aren't too harsh in my ears, so it's pretty well balanced. It is missing just a little bit of that wow factor, that the super high crisps, and there's not much of a holistic surround sound experience, but for what it is, just kind of a simpler system, sounds quite good. So this next one, we'll turn the bass all the way up and see how it sounds. Oh, another quick side note, you can't actually browse the songs on your USB stick from the touchscreen while you're driving, but you can use the little rotary knob. So I don't understand how the rotary knob is more safe than using the touchscreen, but alas. Not amazing, but I am getting some mirror shakeage. I'm feeling it in the door, and for kind of mid-easy listening, it's totally fine. my thoughts on the 7-speaker Bose system here in the 2500 HD Sierra. Again, for something that you wouldn't really consider being that good, it's a heavy-duty truck. At the end of the day, it's surprisingly good. Even just 7 speakers, they're tuned well and positioned well to kind of give you just a satisfying listening experience for most types of music. It's getting a B from us, a strong B, B+, but B nonetheless doesn't have that wow factor of an A or an S tier system, but still really quite good. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Sierra, check the links in the description. We've also got that members only sound test of this system in the 1500, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.